Hi. Give me a second to find the feed. Good morning. I'm going to talk retrograde and duality with this moon coming up. So I'm already going to start talking about this energy we're about to start feeling. I'm going to get my moon calendar too. For fun. I never know the date. 1, 2, 3. So people are going to really start feeling this energy tomorrow. That's why I'm always feeling a pull to rest. On the off energies, I'm always feeling a pull to rest and recharge more. So, try to rest more like today, tomorrow if you can, until you start to really feel this energy. We have a lot happening astrologically this month, this year, which is really affecting us in our bodies. Astrology is really about the energy. That's why I guess I've always been kind of drawn to it. Even asleep, I was always really into astrology. And I'm finding that knowledge I have about astrology is coming in real handy when I'm doing this ascension, because we're always having these crazy astrological events that are affecting our body. So we are about to shift into this Sagittarius energy. I'm always feeling the energy early, so I can feel the fire anyways. This is going to be about taking action and taking creative control over your life. I see a lot of people where, to me, years later, they're still in the same situation, living the same life. They haven't really been making a lot of changes around me. The world just pretty much looks the same to me looking in. So this is about taking control of your life. The worst thing people can do is play the victim, because then we're giving away our power and control in every single situation. So we have to realize that everything that we're attracting to us, whether we like it or not, we're creating it on some level. And we can really kind of become, masters of our own reality. So this is about empowering ourselves. That's why people can't do your lessons for you and your experiences for you, because it's supposed to lead you to empowerment. There are many paths and many lessons happening simultaneously in one place. Normally you would think that would be really chaotic, but you should notice there's an order to your lessons and the things occurring around here. So the thing is that we're coming from this state of separateness, the third dimension, and back to oneness, back to source, right? And that's the path of every soul. It's important to remember that people are at all different places learning, but ultimately our souls go back to source, back to oneness in some regard. So we see a theme of duality this month. That would be the people that are like, you're evil, I'm good. Like, I'm good, this is bad. We need to get rid of that duality. Duality is the third dimension. It's everything keeping people trapped here, right? Right and wrong, heaven, hell, all that duality. So the thing is that we can't live in this place without our ego personality in some regard. This is about merging our two aspects, right? Soul and ego. That we need to find balance with these. If you're living all in ego, you're probably going to have some narcissistic version of reality going on, and it's not going to be good. So this is about coming back to our soul. Coming back to source, coming back to oneness in whatever regard. There are miserable people living on this planet. There are people that are very, very miserable, that are asleep, living unconsciously, playing the victim, just very miserable with their lives. Don't let other people affect your vibrations too. Stop letting people control your reality by controlling your vibration. That's all that anyone has to do to take your power, take control of your situation, is control your frequency. We need to learn how to set our frequency. We all vibrate much differently. And to stay in that high frequency every single day. It's all we have to do around here. I have people coming to me with like the craziest consciousness questions. And I'm like, listen, it's simple. All you have to do is stay high vibe and think positive thoughts. That's all this takes. So we are going into Gemini soon. We're going to be changing elements, and this is all about the mental aspect. We need to get more control over what we're consciously thinking, because every thought is feeding our subconscious, which creates our physical reality. So we really need to learn how to master our mind, body, and soul. That's what a lot of ancient teachings were into. Like if you look at like martial arts, they're into control and mastery over the mind and the body and doing amazing things in that way, right? You know, if you can master your mind, you can do crazy things with your body. You've ever seen like the people doing karate, right? And they start to do crazy things. Hi Lynette, good morning. I wasn't even going to get up and go live. I was trying to get Mike to come do a live because I really just needed him to do one. But I don't think he's up yet, so I got up. I'm doing my live. Retrograde. Past circumstances are coming up. You guys could have weird circumstances coming up. It could be old friends, old lessons. Mercury is a messenger of the gods, but there's a big emphasis on past lessons and past messages we might have missed going through this matrix. So a lot of times you get new clarity on your past experiences during these times, I guess. So I see this astrology post and it says like, I'm a Taurus, you know that. But it says like if you're born on certain dates, you're part of whatever decan. And it said mine for the dates I was born is Venus and Mercury ruled. And I'm thinking, well, I should be doing amazing during Mercury retrogrades, right? What's going on here? I guess I'm Mercury ruled as well. That makes sense to me because my husband is very Mercury ruled and Neptune ruled. So we're hitting this retrograde. This is a time that we can release things. A lot of you guys should be feeling like something huge is about to happen. That, you know, this rebirth that we talk about. A lot of people are feeling more and more out of place as they're doing this spiritual work too that I'm seeing around us. And I had to say to someone today, like, if you're not fitting in this world, you're not meant to. We were made for this new earth. We're meant for the new world. So a lot of times we don't have the best time going through the third dimension and the lower densities. I am Facebook banned, so I'm on Instagram, and I started hashtagging my memes so people can find me. And I'm making new friends, and I found this kid that does videos on the Law of One. And I really liked his post that he was putting out about the Law of One. And so I messaged him yesterday and I was like, hi, you don't know me, but you do videos? And he does, and he has like a YouTube channel, but it's like mine, he probably doesn't use it. And so I was like, you should go live with me on your channel and it will get you a lot of views. So I'm trying to manifest going live with this Law of One kid. It would be really awesome because I used to teach the Law of One. I'm really into it, and I'm not so much into the new modern version that was channeled in the 80s, but that was something that we were trying to teach during Egyptian times that really got distorted and led us to this place. It's time to get back to the Law of One. What does that mean? That there's one source, you are an aspect of that, just like every person here. People go around saying they're God, and the problem with that is, look around the universe. We're just a small aspect of that omnipresent energy. So there is this, you know, one energy source connecting all of us, but there's also so much research to show we only have one subconscious. And I know we're really into the conscious mind and we're really aware of it and becoming more consciously aware of it, but people who really have little understanding of the subconscious, because these are areas that we really can't access in these places so much. So we need to get back to oneness. What is that? I find it's a vibrational frequency we can access. That, you know, the thing is that any negativity will pollute us as channels. It's going to cut us off as channels, I've found. Like, when I have any kind of drama going on around me, it's very bad for my channeling and my downloading. It's like my wires get crossed, right? And then it starts messing up my channeling. So any type of negativity is going to throw us off as channels. That's why we see news everywhere, anything negative all around us. It's going to be a frequency of pure source love that we're trying to get back to, that we're trying to access. Any fear is always coming from the ego mind. So people are going to see a lot of ego issues rising with this next moon storm coming too. Any type of triggers, fear, you can't do it, limiting thoughts. They're coming from that ego voice in your head. They are not coming from your soul, because we're infinite and we can really achieve anything that we put our minds to here, literally. So we're going to see a lot of ego kind of responses coming up and being purged out too with this moon, where we're trying to get back to our pure selves, like to these pure vessels, whatever you want to call it. So we're going through these purge cycles, and we have a lot of ego programming to break down. If you don't believe me, turn on the television. People are not understanding that we're in the beginning phases of a planetary awakening. This whole planet will wake up or die. You'll die and go to another planet, and those numbers are very low. So the people around you are going to wake up. Be more patient with the people that are not at the same place as you spiritually. We need to understand where we are and how everyone is at different levels of consciousness, but this is mainly a third dimensional planet where these people have not been able to progress past that point, and we're coming from different levels of consciousness. Be more patient. This is going to be this crazy awakening where suddenly, I wake up and I've had interactions with people from my past, and I've awoken people around me. So it's going to kind of spread through this matrix. So have more patience in the process. We're awake early for a reason. I can always tell who people are in that regard. If there's like two groups of people to me, you're either asleep or awake around here. Asleep or awakening, and it tells me a lot about the people that are awake and the soul levels that they're coming here from to help. So if you're awake, you are activated for a mission bigger than yourselves. That's why we're awake, and a lot of the people are not around us. You've been activated for a mission of service. You're probably already doing it and not even aware if you think you're not doing a mission. If you think you're not doing a mission, you might be doing one, and you might not even be aware of how the universe is using you. Thanks, Aaron. I'm manifesting my usual new UK clothes over here. I got some oil in the mail. I'm always trying to stay manifesting stupid little things, because I had to stay really focused on creating anything like new, like all the time. I had to be real careful with my thoughts, so it keeps me excited and manifesting. So I'm manifesting over here. I was doing really good, and then I got Facebook banned, and they really shut down my flow doing that, because I can't share my videos, the usual drama, right? So I'm using this retrograde to unplug more. To be off of Facebook more. We're doing home remodeling projects in the same room I'm in too. So my husband will probably be here when he comes back from the paint store doing renovations right here. And they're painting the house, and it was making me sick last night, all the paint fumes. I couldn't even smoke. I wasn't feeling so hot from all the paint in this house. Everybody's on a mission, whether you realize it or not. It could just be some of the people that you collide with, and you're having profound effects on their reality. Now, this brings me to point number 2. We're used to living in these separate states of consciousness that when we went through the third dimension, whether you know it or not, you were pretty much in your little cell, and I was in the cell next to you. And we have our own versions of reality. For the first time ever, we're attempting to merge timelines with an entire group of people. And we're seeing it happen around us, where, I've opened up you to my reality through my videos, and some of you guys maybe have vibed with some of my friends on these pages and added them, and we're seeing it happen with the awake, where the awakened are coming together, coming back to unity slowly, kind of like a magnetic pole, leading us all to one place. So we're attempting to merge timelines. It can be very messy when you're talking about living in one unified consciousness with all of humanity. So we're kind of going through these crazy timeline changes. We need to be open to other people's version of reality. You can't come with your version of reality all limited and expect to merge with the rest of consciousness and the awake with, being not open to other people's perspectives of reality too. I know that your reality is probably much different than mine. We need to be really open-minded too. I hear people saying this person's off their path. I'm sorry, the universe doesn't make mistakes. You've never been off your path in your life. Any move you've ever made with your free will has been anticipated and counterplayed. So a lot of people are like, oh, that person must be off their path. Don't be judgmental of other people's paths. No one's off their path. They're always right where they should be all the time. The universe has this under control, I assure you. So our paths might look really different. This is about bridging duality with this energy, like I said. So this is alchemy of the soul. You guys had a really good look at yourselves through your lessons. You got to see all your shitty qualities, all your good qualities, right? Up close and personal. You should have got a good understanding, a good depth of who you are. Any bad qualities that you had, you got so many lessons that was just wiped out of you on every level, that any weakness you have has now become a strength. This is alchemy. So the things that you experienced, that you went through, that you had a very hard time with, those kind of lessons, those are your strengths, whether you realize it or not. They're part of, shaping you into who you became, and part of what you have conquered. Good morning, Stacey. I had to get up. So, too many people playing the victim. We can't do that, or the universe will continue to just send us what we're putting out the vibes for. So if you put out vibes for things you don't want, you'll just keep getting them. It takes some mastery. We're here to learn how to manifest on every single level. I like to think I'm pretty good at it, because I have to be for my mission to keep going with all the crazy stuff I get given to do. But we have to keep practicing at it. It's something I'm continually practicing with, what kind of vibrations I'm putting out, what I'm working on creating, more manifesting. It should really be the focus this month. Like I said, this is a month of rapid manifestation. The energy feels very calm today. Like that you guys could rest. It would be a great day to rest, to chill, a self-care day. We're saying in our admin chat. But it's going to start to move very rapidly through this planet. Like maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day we'll feel it. Any minute. So this is like the point where it's really still, but this is what I call the point of all creation, where the energy is just getting ready to rapidly move around all of us in our lives, and it is an energy that wants to be created with. This is a really good time to get creative. I see people into music, art, anything creative that's a form of channeling. Get more creative with this energy too. Yes, no more being the victim. We give away our power to whatever perpetrator we perceive. The biggest trap I see is people doing it about the government too. I know people do it about their relationships and the things going on around them, but a lot of people are awake and they're continually talking about being enslaved by the government and all of this stuff. It's about taking back our power, and we need to realize that, like I said, we have our own universe here. I have my own world, and you do too, and it probably looks much different. This is about taking back our power as co-creators, taking responsibility for the things that we're drawing to us. I feel really amazing. I feel like, well, this past couple weeks, I felt like it was just all of my manifestations coming to me that I had been putting the vibes out for, like even little things. Like it was all of my manifestations were like working really good. This is about manifesting our reality and creating our dream life. So I still see a lot of people unhappy with their circumstances, and that's okay. We have to see what we don't want in order to be able to create what we do want. So I see a lot of people get stuck in that phase of the part where they don't like their life and they kind of stay there. This is about changing our thinking patterns to shift our reality. That I had a lot of negative programming, and just by changing the way that I was thinking, and it took a lot of work when you're just used to thinking, whatever thoughts on repeat in a negative kind of way. It took a lot of work. Like you had to really just work at it. I had to have mastery of my mind like you would not believe before I ventured to go voyage through consciousness. Like I had to have really good grip on my mind. And I got put in a lot of intense situations where I really had to manifest. I tell people when people are waiting for someone to save them or someone to come do their lessons, that we had to manifest our way out of the circumstances we're ever in. It takes work to reprogram yourself. We're talking about reprogram ourselves on a subconscious level, so it takes a lot of conscious reprogramming and thinking about the thoughts that you're having. I see Vanessa on here. I'm so excited. I've been missing you. Everyone just ditches me all along to do my mission. Hi, Vanessa. I've been missing you. I said I was going to start stalking Allie all over the wall like Dan used to get her attention, because I miss her too, right? I'm going to start stalking her. You were missed. Hi, Tony. I'm wearing the necklace that you left me. I'm real excited about it. I needed some fairy energy for today. So I'm real excited. I'm wearing the necklace. I'm just kind of hanging out. We're talking retrograde. This is a good time to get new perspectives on your lessons. Don't try to go backwards on your path. A lot of people try to go back to old lessons, old places they lived, old circumstances. Continue moving forward. It's not ever time to go backwards. So I'm sending crazy love. I hope you guys are creating your dream realities. It takes work. You know, when I woke up, I was in this big tangled mess, right? I was very karmically entangled in everything around here. It took me time to untangle myself. I feel like you wake up all tangled up, like after you create unconsciously your whole life. And so it takes work. You got to just really keep staying positive. Keep using the energy for your benefit too. We know some energy, like right now, the energy that's about to hit the planet is really good for manifesting. So I'm going to try to use that energy for whatever I'm working on with my mission or creating. Yeah, we miss everyone around. We miss the Amins. I did talk to Gail. I miss her too. She did respond back. We're going to send her Reiki too. Send Gail Reiki. If you are feeling like you're going through a hard time, the answer is not to disconnect. I say you should connect more to the healers and the light workers around you. A lot of people are, not feeling the energy and they want to go off grid. I would get on the Reiki wall. Connect more. You probably need more connection. It helps heal you. It helps you with whatever you're going through. It really does. So a lot of people want to go off the grid. Connect more connection around here. That's how this is all going to be done too, that we're going to do this ascension together. It's why I feel some type of way when I see one of my amins on someone's wall and them attacking them, that we're going to do this as a group. This ascension. I'm over the kindergarten a lot of the time, that I look at it like kindergarten behavior around these groups, and that we had to come back to unity to do this. And that I think in my reality that just with the way the world is, that should be enough for us to come back to unity. Just the way that these governments are running things, the way everyone is sick, and we have this overwhelming desire to heal that's meant to bring us to unity. Everyone has different missions. Everyone does. I'm on my mission. I'm doing it a certain way. I have had a lot of people in the past throw a lot of judgments my way about my mission and the way I'm doing things or whatever. Everyone is doing whatever they're being called to do, and it's helping for the greater good. We need to see the unity in our missions and how they all kind of fit together as a whole too. While they might be very different, we're all awake and doing very divine work. Whether you're in the matrix buying groceries and talking to someone in 3D, you're energetically affecting them. So we're all right where we should be. Hi, Chris. So reach out more if you're feeling depressed or off the grid. You should try to connect more to the people around you. Look, Jessica's manifesting love. You can do it too real fast. You know that we just manifest love? Like anything else. You've manifested every partner you ever had. We manifest these things. Put out good vibes for a love that will uplift consciousness. I always say it's good to change the people around you, because we're always changing and evolving and growing, and every day your energy is getting better. So it's good to change the mirror sometimes. If you want to hang on to relationships from 20 years ago, you're going to get a different reflection than the person you are now. More releasing to make space for new people too, because you're going to start to draw all very spiritually awake people to you. People into consciousness, into the same things, on the same frequencies as you though, because we draw whatever frequency we're on. So when we were at a low frequency and asleep, we were all drawing very low frequency asleep people. And now that we're awake, we should be drawing all really high vibe people on our frequency type of people. More letting go. I'm starting my day. I'm going to do this feed real quick and then do a real one. So more releasing. We're reaching a place of rebirth soon. That's what spring's about. So we need to do more purging. I see people cleaning their houses out. That's a really good start. I said that we cleaned out the kitchen and there's like a lot more space here now to flow. The energy just feels so much higher vibe. More spring cleaning, more letting go of things not serving you. We're always trying to hold on to our old manifestations and creations, and you don't understand that energy gets bored. It's always forming and expanding and wanting to experience new things. It doesn't like sitting in the same circumstance day after day. It wants to explore and expand and have fun and manifest new things. So we're always holding on to the old things that probably didn't work out very good. More letting go of the objects around you too. More purifying. Lynn is painting and purifying. Good. More purifying. I'm going to sage this house. I can't wait. Maybe tomorrow morning because of the paint. I figure there's no point, but I'm really excited. More saging, more purifying, more just getting rid of the things you're not using. He put fresh paint on the windows, and you can tell it just brought the frequency up of this house, but he's putting energy into it, you know, putting energy into fixing your house or doing things. So you can tell it was really helping the frequency. I think he should just paint the whole house. I think the whole house needs new paint after going through that. So little things like that will really bring the frequency of your house up. We're in our houses all the time. Your house has a vibrational frequency. So we want to bring our frequency up. Bring the frequency up of your house that you're living in. Just try to dust, declutter, whatever you need to do. Clean out your garage, closets. They're always where I throw all my stuff, right? Closets, drawers. Start to clean out any drawers full of junk you're not using. Let's get our shit back together. All right. You know what? When people fall around here, it happens. I get knocked down like you wouldn't believe just because of my mission. Vanessa too. So we tend to fall, okay? When you do, you're going to get up a million times stronger. I told Francisco that it's okay to fall. You'll get up a million times stronger. This is how we learn, right? This is how we learn how the universe works. And so, you know what? A lot of people are feeling like they're hitting ground zero right now around us. So whether it's their relationship or their living, their jobs, that's where we're at. We're at ground zero. People can sugarcoat it like, oh, but we're really rebuilding who we are. We've been through an intense year astrologically where it just stripped away layer upon layer of us. And, you know, this purging, there's no end in sight for the way I see it right now. So we're going to go through these infinite purge cycles right now. We're kind of just getting stripped away. Everyone's at rock bottom, whether you realize it or not. Whether you've been living in your house for 50 years and think you have your life together. No. So things are falling out of alignment with us as we're doing this work. Whether it's where you're living, your job, your relationship, things are going to fall out of frequency as we're elevating and doing this spiritual work. Low vibe people are probably going to make you sick being around them after a while. Like their energy might even make you feel nauseous. Headaches, physical symptoms. Yeah, thirsty, hungry, drained. But it'll probably make you feel like kind of nauseous to be around people that have attachments or spiritual kind of issues at a certain point. So we're becoming more energy sensitive. This energy is bringing us more clarity. It's like we've been in this boat all year in these real muddy waters. Real deep muddy waters, and as the year is coming to a close, that boat is moving into clear waters where we can see the shore. And so, you know, everything's kind of looking murky and hazy right now. We're getting more and more clarity as we're going through this ascension and as we're completing this year. So you guys are able to see your situations more clear. I think that's what's going to drive people to be making the changes they need to make with their relationships, current situations they're not happy with. Time to let go. I have a big emphasis this Mercury retrograde on healing our relationship with money. Money is an energy, but it's also the way that humanity is being enslaved because they've convinced us that we're broke and can never do anything. They've convinced us that you're broke and you can never do anything. This is reality. And we need to heal our relationship with how we're spending our money on, especially the material. People are making big shifts around here where I'm seeing them buying vitamins and crystals and things that are good for their energy. We want to be putting our money into things that are good, a good investment for us. So what's a good investment? Anything that's good for your energy. Ditch the low vibe habits if you're spending money on cigarettes, booze, low vibe habits, pharmaceuticals. Get rid of those kind of things. Start to put your money into things that are good for you. But we really need to heal our relationship with it because I've never been one to want to accept that poverty mindset. Because, you know, when I'm trying to manifest something, money is something I think about later. I try to figure out what I want to do. And then usually later I'm like, okay, I need all this hella cash. So the problem is that people start to think about money first and then what they can manifest, right? So what that looks like for me is maybe I can get a couple shirts and some crystals if I look at my debit card today or any given day. And I would just be shutting down anything on a creation level if I was looking at my bank account. Just trust me on that. So we need to get rid of that money equation with our manifesting. We need to start to think about, you know, dreaming up bigger probabilities that we can't afford, that we never would be able to do, the things that we really want to do, the things that would really set your soul on fire. And unfortunately, a lot of those things come with a price tag, right? Like going to the UK, going on road trips. But we need to put out the vibes and the universe will make it happen. We need to heal our relationship with how we're viewing money as a block. It's always a block for a lot of us, whether people realize it or not. Money is an energy. In every regard. We're supposed to become energy masters. We're supposed to be able to, gravitationally pull objects, money to us, other people. We're supposed to be becoming magnetic. I always say that the more money that we're manifesting, the less money the elite will have to destroy the world. That money has to come from somewhere. So, I'm always into putting hella cash vibes out. And then I saw people doing it with me, and I saw very real results fast, where people were like finding money on the ground, where they were getting more tips waitressing at their job. They were just getting extra money in all different ways. Guess what? That money's coming from the elite. So as energy masters, we're going to have to kind of rebalance these things, especially the way people are viewing money as something that limits us. It was meant to be an even exchange for our work. Yeah, I think a lot of people are just feeling ripped off on their wages, the life expenses and things like that. So we really have a lot of work to do with the way we're viewing money in every way. So this Mercury retrograde is bringing an emphasis to that, to like every sign. So look at how you're spending your money, your habits with it, your relationship with it in general. Think about ways that you can change that to make it healthier. So, I'm reading the comments. Reading the comments. So, we need the first step to manifesting, I always say, is gratitude. A lot of people get stuck on a loop where they're like, I hate my life. I never have any money. I'm always broke. I never have anything I need. And they get stuck in this mental way of thinking. And the way that we can bring more abundance into our life is to be in gratitude for the things that we have. So, in any given day, I probably have drama around Facebook or whatever's going on with me. But I'm going to stay grateful for the good things that are going really good for me, right? We can always focus on things going wrong or things we don't like all day long. And a lot of people get stuck in that thinking pattern, just noticing everything wrong with their reality, right? Putting out these broke vibes, and it just reinforces everything that we don't want around here. So stay grateful for the little things that are going good around you, the people around you. Grateful for anything. When you're in gratitude, it rewires your brain. And anything that rewires your brain, such as, positive thinking patterns, meditation, psychedelics. There's a few ways we can rewire our brain. When someone has a psychedelic experience, it's creating new pathways. Well, it's opening up your entire reality and creating new probabilities for you too in the physical. We know that when you create new pathways in the brain, that it creates physical pathways as well. So things like staying in gratitude, it's been scientifically proven to rewire your brain and to create new neural pathways. So more gratitude, be grateful for the little things around you. We can just be grateful that we're not starving to death in Syria, getting bombed by the government, by another government in Syria or whatever it is. There's a lot of problems in the world, and we all have a lot to be grateful for. Just the fact that we're awake, that we've been chosen for something bigger than ourselves. So more gratitude, it's how we open ourselves up. I found that I manifest the best when I'm on a vibration of gratitude anyway. That, it works a lot better when I'm just grateful for everything going on, like genuinely very grateful that it opens up a lot of, new pathways for me in terms of manifesting. So more gratitude. See, she's telepathically tuned into what I'm really thinking about today. I don't want to do it on feed, right? But I'm gonna. Sherry, I hope Sherry and Nicole are tuned in. So it hits my admin chat. It hits my admin chat, and it's always a group issue, right? That we have group issues. Another day at the office for me. That we have group issues. And I already saw this coming. When I saw this person hanging out with this other person, I already knew it was gonna come. So we have one of our admins, Francisco, got attacked real bad by this lady who does videos, I think. And she was nasty with me like a year ago, so I already blocked her anyway. I wasn't don't hang out with her or see her anyway. So she was saying that he is evil for charging for doing card readings, and that he's basically the dark side, and put up this whole post about him on her page. And so I went and commented, and she came to my business page and she said that Francisco has AIDS and made up all these lies about him, clearly because he's gay. And it was a little over the top. And I had all of our admins watching the post, and our attention was on it anyway this morning. So I want to talk about why I would charge for readings. I'm going to talk about it because it's something that they teach in Reiki too, and it's something I'm real adept with, that a lot of the times if we're just giving away our abilities, they're not valued. If you have zero value on something, people aren't going to value it. And I noticed that when I was doing it both ways, that I had a lot of people that would come to me all the time, and trust me, they had no value for anything I was doing for them. I did so many like Reiki classes for free for people. I put a lot of energy out, and trust me, it was a one-sided vortex. The same people that I ended up helping and trying to assist on their missions actually probably attacked me later too. So it was pretty much just a waste of energy from my perspective. You can look at money as a contract. You can look at money as a contract. That if someone comes to my site and they purchase something, that they have contracted me for that service, right? That when we're going to buy something, that, you know, we're trading money, cash for a product. A lot of people will go around saying that if you charge, you're evil, but I notice a lot of these people usually don't have jobs of their own or other sources of income, or they're in relationships where that person takes care of them. We have to master the material and the spiritual. That we can't just have mastery over the spiritual and not have a good grip over the material in our lives too. That's something the Masons teach as well, that we had to master both dimensions. You can't just be in the spiritual. I know a lot of people say that in Reiki they teach that originally when people first started doing Reiki, they were healing all the same people for free all the time. They would just get sick again. They weren't valuing anything that they were doing. And when you put a dollar value on it, that people tend to do the inner work, be serious about it, value it in whatever regard. The work I do on my healing sites supports my mission, so that I'm able to do videos all day long, so that I can be free to be helping people on here, you know, and giving my time. So that's just how my mission works. I know everyone has their own little mission set up differently in whatever regard, but I don't think that those people are going to go work a 3D job for free either. That's the thing we have to say in our admin chat this morning. That the same people that are saying you shouldn't be charging for readings, I don't see them going to work a 9-to-5 job for free. This person also is on government benefits that's talking shit about him doing readings, and I have a lot to say about that, because I feel that if you can work and you're on government benefits, it's part of making things worse around here. And that's part of the problem, that if people would stop accepting government money, that maybe we could do this a little easier. So there's a lot of people that are supporting the dark, not trying to. In practices like this, I did not like seeing one of my admins jacked up. I already alerted Anonymous too, because I have a zero tolerance for lying about people, posting public posts about them, causing drama like that around our movements. If you know me, I don't really have anything to say either way about it, but you know, it's just like any other job to me that I do, that I'm not going to go work in the Matrix for free. I do a lot of giving my time though, if people know me, that I use my mission so that I have free time all the time. I would not be able to go have a 3D job and do my mission. I did that in the beginning, that I had a third dimension job. I built my healing site, I did videos, I put all this time into growing a business out of it, and I was able to quit my job and do this full time. So that was just my path in getting into this healing work that I'm doing. There's no way in hell that I could go do a 3D job and have the energy to be healing people and doing what I need to do as a light worker. I feel that everyone should unplug and create a business or a job that they can deal with and that they like. A lot of light workers feel that they can't work for other people in the Matrix, control dramas, power struggles, you know, doing something you don't like for money. There's a lot of job options for light workers. I don't think people realize that people who hate their job in 3D and want to avoid it, you could do cards, right? That's a really good way. You could be a writer, you could write articles, you can do blogs, you can make YouTube videos and make money on advertisements. There are ways that you can unplug and create a business using your abilities. It's the same with music. My husband is very creative and he's into art and music, and I think that he needs to unplug and he can create a job where he can make money doing music and ultimately be using his spiritual abilities and be happy. That I found that I was very unhappy working in the Matrix. I made good money. I made way better money than I do now serving people, right? So I made really good money, but I was very depressed, anxious. I was always taking on a lot of bad energies, and it really put me off my spiritual path when I was trying to do mundane jobs. It was kind of like a waste of my abilities. So, you know, it can take time, but you know, everything is an energy exchange. The same people that are complaining that they want free cards usually probably aren't doing any inner work, are playing the victim, most of them too. I don't have any money, you're charging for cards, I should get them for free. And it's part of the problem. It's part of the problem. It really is. The same people that are complaining about it, right? So I see it like that person, like me, is doing cards so that they can support themselves to do a mission bigger than themselves, which is their videos, their work they're doing, whatever. That's just me. Everything's an even energy exchange. The people that are giving free healing, it's never free. Let's go there. Everything is an energy exchange. So the people that are doing free work, I usually look at a little more suspect too. There should be an energy exchange there. Nothing is free. Everything's got a price tag on it in this matrix. Usually energetic though. So a lot of times you go for free healing and you get an entity that latches onto your energy. And then you get energy drained. So that comes at a higher cost than a cash value usually. Use your discernment with the people around you. It's just like anywhere else. I found the spiritual communities are worse than the matrix because at least then you can kind of see better. And I had a lot of crazy experiences doing my mission, colliding with people, whatever it was. You guys know I always have concern over some of the people that are healers and channels in the spiritual community. Use your discernment. It's just like anyone else. Start to read energy. Start to think about how people are making you feel after you collide with them. I encourage people to charge for their services because you will be doing a disservice. You'll be doing a disservice if you don't. That people are not going to value your energy. It probably won't do them any good. It's probably a waste of time. I always encourage people to value their energy. If you know me, that's just me. I think that everyone should unplug and be healers. That we're light workers. This is what we do. We're supposed to heal the planet and heal humanity, and that you're going to have to support yourself in some way. And I know a lot of people could never handle doing a 3D job and serving humanity. It's like you almost have to pick one. So the universe is going to find ways to unplug the light workers. Sorry. We're needed in the spiritual realms. A lot of people are going to be transitioning out of jobs they don't like too. So a lot of people are feeling that pull, like, I hate my job, I hate Prison Planet, I want to be doing something different. I love to trade too. If you know me, I'll do weird trades. I'm all for trading. I think I would love to get back to having no currency and having energy be our currency, and that's where we're headed back to too. So see your energy as currency. Be careful pouring it into people one-sidedly. This is about giving and receiving, even flows. So for a long time, I was always pouring my energy into empty vortexes, and trust me, I didn't get much back besides those same people attacked me before. Right? So it wasn't getting much back. You know, at least, gratitude's a currency to me too. Love is a currency. If I'm getting love back, it makes it all worthwhile. You guys know, just give me a little bit of love, I'll be all there for you. So I see love as a currency too. So make sure you're being reciprocated. The problem with like the narcissists is they're not giving you love back. You're getting nothing back, and it's a one-sided exchange. So be careful about one-sided exchanges where you're doing all the work and you're not getting anything back. At least look at love as a currency. If people are giving you love back, it makes it worthwhile, but these people are giving nothing back. Nothing back, just taking energy. And that's part of the problem, that we need to learn how to kind of give and receive and to value our energy. You only have a certain amount of energy for one given day anyways. That if you get drained or you get tired, that's it till you sleep. So it's very important that we're valuing our energy too. So energy, love is currency. People say, I don't have anything to give. I can't give anything ever. And they really block themselves to receiving. You have love. You have infinite energy. So, Christmas time. I know I want to do a Christmas gift idea post. I'm really into this kind of stuff. Give people spiritual things or things that they can use, right? I love, people are always sending me like vitamins, crystals. Try to get them spiritual books that will wake them up. We're going to get a spiritual book list going. If people are readers, give them some kind of spiritual books that will wake them up that they'll be into. Christmas gift ideas. Wow. They're not into Christmas here. I said maybe people should be more into it. There's a lot of kids around. That's the only thing, right? Otherwise, I would just say do away with Christmas. But people do have kids. If you tell Vanessa's kid Marley that you're not doing Christmas, it would be bad. So because of the kids around, the space kids, they should for sure be doing Christmas. Try to give them gifts that they'll use. Kids should get crystals too, right? Give them crystals for Christmas. I'll try to make a good gift idea list because I'm really good at that kind of stuff. Because I'm thinking about Christmas too. So energy is our currency. Please make sure that you guys are getting reciprocated in what you're doing. A lot of times I would be doing free services for people and I would put 100% effort into them and they would put 0% effort into themselves. Make sure that you're being reciprocated too. If I'm going to put 50% energy into you, you better put 55% energy into yourself. So make sure that when you're helping people, that they're putting the energy into themselves too, instead of just expecting you to solve all of their problems. Right? We got to make sure that people are willing to work on themselves too. We always want to change and help the people around us. It's just how we're programmed. But try to take your energy more seriously. I know, I'm thinking about Christmas. He's painting. I think that we're going to do a trade. We might even do Christmas here. I told his mom that yesterday. She had excuses as to why she couldn't do it already. Excuse, like anything you say, some people, they'll be like, I can't do that. I can't do it ever. I can't do this. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So we might even do Christmas here. I'm real excited about it. We're doing Christmas. He has a kid though, so you should probably keep doing Christmas, right? Because that kid's going to come back eventually. For sure, if you have kids, do Christmas. Hi, Sarah. Sending crazy love from my Facebook ban. I'm going back to my Instagram world. I have all new friends on there now because I said that I never used that account until my other ban like 6 months ago. And so now I've been tagging my pictures and I'm finding light workers on there. I'm real excited about it. I'm going to get off of here and do a real video, but stay high vibe, stay focused on manifesting, no more toxic people, especially dating, have value in yourself above all, don't put up with it anymore. See your energy as currency. It's a good time to repair how you're viewing money, that this is a manifest reality, money is an energy, and we're always limiting our manifestation. So put money out of your mind, and like I said, think about your dream vacation, where you would travel to. If you had just the most amazing dream reality ever and everything could just work out perfectly for you, what would you do? Think you have £1 million in the bank when you're doing this exercise, and just lay out what your dream existence would look like, because the universe needs to hear it from you first. And we usually are just okay with being broke and sick all the time and controlled by the government or whatever it is in that version of reality. And when we're putting out those vibes, that's exactly where we'll stay. So try to pretend you just got £1 million lotto win. Where are you going? Where are you traveling to? What would you do for a job? What would you like to really be doing if you weren't at Prison Planet every single day, right? Having people judge you. Like, what would you really want to do if you could do anything around here? So start to really use this full moon storm that's going to hit tomorrow to really think bigger. Step outside of duality. We need to stop imprisoning ourselves with, right, wrong, good, white, dark, whatever kind of dualistic kind of views that we have. Step past the fear with this too. I see a lot of people stuck in that fear. And like that meme says, everything you want is on the other side of that fear. It's so true. If you are in fear, you need to get past that hurdle into the other side where your dreams are. So more letting go of fear. Stay really grounded with this energy too. Gemini is like a thinking sign, so we're going to be in our head a lot through the end of the month. Work at staying grounded. I've been trying to stay really grounded and grounding into my new reality here, because it can be really ungrounding to move. Like when you move houses, it can be so ungrounded to get uprooted like that. So I've been working on staying grounded. I could see red in my aura. That I always say that if you have strong colors in your auras, start to work on the other chakras that correlate with the other colors. So I never have any red in my aura. I'm working on grounding, staying rooted, and I was so happy I had little pieces of red in my aura yesterday. So, if you have a lot of purple in your aura, start to work on the other colors like your oranges and greens. If you have a lot of blue, start to work on the purples. I'm going to let you go on that note. Love and light.